Hi, my name is Vicky Lee and I'm your success coach. Do you have trouble connecting authentically with other people or the world? In 4 easy steps, I'm going to show you how to do that so that you can get more money or more love out of your life. Do you have an imaginary relationship with someone? Like you're secretly in love with someone who has no idea that romance is on your radar. Or you're hurt by a relative who keeps taking advantage of you and they have no idea that they're a burden to you. Or you're disappointed by your kids who obviously grew up privileged, but they have no idea that they're spoiled. So if you're thinking one thing, but the other person is thinking something totally different, that's not an actual relationship. That's an imaginary relationship. So it's kind of like having a stalker. And the stalker thinks you should be married, but you're like, no, it's all in your head. Your relationship isn't real. Like, you don't have a real relationship with your secret crush. You don't have a real relationship with your deadbeat relatives. You don't have a real relationship with your spoiled children. It's fake. And you have a fake relationship with them. And it's not real until you add something called boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, then you unconditionally love. You unconditionally give. You unconditionally pay. And that's not a real relationship. Unconditional is like the sky. It's just there. I don't have a relationship with it. And that's just like you. You're just there. Whenever someone needs something, you're a hotel, you're a church, you're an ATM, but you're not a person. And they're not having a relationship with you as a person. So do you want to have an authentic or real relationship or real connection with someone? Then you've got to have some actual boundaries. So here's you, and here's someone else. And just because you're there doesn't mean you have a relationship. You know, a husband and a wife can live in the same house and not have a relationship. So just being near someone doesn't mean that you have a relationship. Like, I go to the grocery store and there's tons of people around me all the time. I'm standing right next to them, but I'm not having a relationship with any of them. So you can sleep next to someone, you can even give birth to someone and not have a relationship with them. The relationship doesn't exist until you have a boundary. And the more boundaries that you have, the more solid and the more strong your relationship is. It's sort of like building a bridge to connect with that other person. And each boundary you set down is another piece of wood strengthening and supporting that bridge. And so just because people are together, it doesn't mean they have a relationship. You have to have the stuff in the middle. You know, there's the relationship. It's all the stuff in the middle. And the stuff in the middle are boundaries. The first step I want you to do is to take a piece of paper, and I want you to write down the name of a person who you want to have a real relationship with. Then state what you need. Now, a boundary is not asking for something that you need. It's just stating what you need. Like, I need to feel loved. I need to feel respected. I need to feel appreciated. Then you state a behavior or an action that correlates with that need. Like, you tell me you love me too. You pay rent. You earn or you work for your rewards. And the next step is now put it together. So your boundary could be, I need to feel loved by you, telling me that you love me too. Or I need to feel respected by you paying rent. Or I need to feel appreciated by you earning your rewards. Once you have a boundary, that person can fulfill your need and deepen the relationship or back off. And what you're doing is creating a bridge when there wasn't a bridge before. There was a fake or imaginary bridge, but there wasn't a real bridge. And that bridge, should that person walk across it, creates an authentic connection and relationship with you. And then once you have a relationship, you can go ahead now and you can co-create money and the love. So just to recap, what's a real relationship? It's a series of boundaries, and each boundary is a promise and a commitment. I promise to make you feel this way, and I commit to acting or behaving in this way. And every time you set a boundary, your relationship or your bridge grows. And when you have a growing relationships, you also have growing money and growing love. And if you don't have any boundaries and your only relationship is with your dog, then you know what? You need to call me so you can have some real relationships with people. And then we'll talk.